Hi, I'm Dr. T. You may have recognized me from some of my internet videos like fried rice or lasagna. Or you may have recognized me from the crippling depression brought on by literally the worst year on record. But if you're like me, we tend to see the bright side of things. And even though it's snowing and it's 30 degrees below average temperatures right now, I've got a solution for you. And that solution is soup. Not just any soup, I've got Minestrone Soup. This soup utilizes a plethora of vegetables and some shell pasta. And this soup is guaranteed to make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. And if it doesn't, you're probably dead inside. So, without further ado, let's make something awesome. Check out all of our delicious ingredients. Let's start off with our mirepoix. That is carrots, onions, and celery. We also have a large clove of garlic. If your clove is not that large, go ahead and use 2 or even 3. We've got some frozen vegetables here. Use fresh if you like. This is just more convenient for me at this moment. We've got zucchini, squash, and green beans. We also have a can of diced tomatoes, a couple cans of beans. We've got kidney beans and great northern beans. In addition, we have a few spices. We've got some basil, some Italian seasoning, and some oregano. Don't ask me which one's which. We've got some medium shell pasta and some chicken stock. Use vegetable stock if you want to make this completely vegan. Now let's start off with a large stock pot, and we're going to add some extra virgin olive oil. After the oil is brought up to temperature, let's throw in our mirepoix and get these vegetables sweating. As these vegetables are sweating out, make sure you season. A little kosher salt and some freshly cracked black pepper is going to go a long way. Once you see those onions start to turn translucent, you can add in the garlic. You don't want to add that garlic in too soon because you don't want it to burn. Once the garlic is fragrant, go ahead and throw in your frozen vegetables. Now let's proceed with the rest of our canned vegetables. We have our diced tomatoes, and we have kidney beans and great northern beans. Now, there's no need to rinse the beans, but you should pour off the excess liquid. And now it's time to add our herbs and spices. We have about a teaspoon each of basil, Italian seasoning, and oregano. We're also going to season again with a little bit more pepper and some more kosher salt. Let's give you a little bit better view here. Now, we are not browning these vegetables at all. We're just letting them sweat out some of their excess moisture. We are now going to add our liquids. We have a whole carton of chicken stock. And of course, you can use vegetable stock if you are vegan and want this to be a completely vegan dish. And then, in addition to this, we will add 4 cups of water. Give this pot a little stir, bring it up to a boil, reduce to a simmer, make sure it's covered, and let it go for about 45 minutes to an hour. After you've let this simmer for the prerequisite amount of time, we will add in our medium shells. Now feel free to use larger or smaller shells, but I feel like the mediums are just right. We'll bring this back up to a boil and let this go for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, our shells should be getting soft. But we have one last ingredient which I forgot, and that is spinach. Some baby spinach, about 3-4 cups. Get it in there and let it wilt down. This step only takes maybe 4 or 5 minutes before the soup is then completely done. Once this is finished, you should have enough for about 8 large bowls of soup. So this should last you a while. You can even freeze it for later. And you can have hearty soup all winter long. "2020 has been a bitch, but this soup will hopefully go a long way towards healing some of that trauma. I'd also like to point out that this soup is made up of entirely vegetables, so it will help you to not die, so you can survive till 2021. If you want to.